Hey guys, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a book summary of To Kill a Mockingbird, a great American classic that one can truly never forget. In fact, you could say, I don't know, it does something though. It does something. But let's begin. The story starts off where, obviously, you're introduced to Scout Finch, which is the main female. I don't know if you'd call her a protagonist, because she doesn't really do much. But we'll call her that for now. Then there's her brother, Jem, weird name, and not the one that probably little girls watch. And then her father, Atticus Finch. And they live in a fake town called Maycomb. It sounds pretty real though. I believe it. It's the South after all. It's a small, closely knit town. Everyone knows everyone. So, not really much marital choices. So you can imagine that a lot goes on in that town. But not really. Now, Atticus raises his children. You don't quite ever know what happens to Jem and Scout's mother, but you can make assumptions. It's a small town. She probably passed anything. I don't know. But he's not the only one after all. He has this black housekeeper named, it's like Calpurnia. It's Calpurnia. We'll call it Capricorn right now. Just to simplify things down. Now, Scout and Jem, pretty much, they know everything in the town. I mean, they're little kids. They're gonna get around, play, just do little kids things, you know? Play ball on the neighbor's lawn, which we will get back to that. Now, the one thing about the town is, they live next to a place that is the Radley residence. And all these rumors are spread about that, oh, the Radley family's cursed, death, murder. But there's one thing that always focuses on Boo Radley, the ghostly specter that's said to live in the house. And outside the house, there's a tree. Now, you'll find out about that, obviously, in a little bit. But as the story progresses along, I mean, it's pretty boring at the start. Like, you learn about the basics of the town and all that. As the story goes along, you find out that the neighbor's nephew, Dill, comes over. And he starts spending summers over, and he helps progress the story. You learn that all of them begin starting to really question who this Boo Radley really is. Scout's a tomboy little girl who basically prefers the company of her brother and Dill compared to any other girly girls. And all solutions to her can be solved with your fist. And she's pretty much like the philosophical Socrates of the story. She questions everything. She questions why people do what they do, why her father does what he does. And that's life pretty much. You always got to keep questioning. Never be happy. Just keep thinking. So in a way, we all have a little bit of Scout in our heart. Never forget that. And pretty much they question Boo. Eventually Dill goes home. You don't hear much. Like he's gone. He's pretty much dead in the story. And then Scout returns to school. You find pretty much not much. Like school in the story is nothing. Like just thrown in there, just a filler. It's garbage. I'm not gonna lie. It is garbage. It's just like, oh, there's a poor boy. There's a boy who makes fun of people. It's your average school. And the main point of the story is this. As all this is going on, it's sort of building up to this point to where you have Tom Robinson has been accused of raping a white woman. It's not only that, but Scout's father, Atticus Finch, has decided to take up the case. He's like, I'm not going to let a black brother hang for nothing. Everyone questions why he does what he does, why he stands up for Tom. And you really find out later on, not really why, but you get a sense of the morality of Atticus Finch. And this is viewed from Scout's view, of course. So it's the innocence, the eyes of innocence that it's all viewed through. Now, quite a bit starts happening at this point. Atticus is made like the harsh man of the town. He's attacked, racial slurs thrown at Tom. Everything goes down during the trial of Tom Robinson. But this is sort of when Scout starts having the real troubles, because the insults on her father are not coming from adults, but actual classmates who don't truly understand what's going on, but in a sense, Scout does. So pretty much the kids are like repeating from what their parents say. It's like those kids in your school are like, it's like, oh yeah, you can't do this, and they're like, yes you can, yes you can do that. You're like, fuck you, you're garbage. So that's pretty much what's going on with Scout. She's calling him, they're calling her garbage, her father, her family, everyone garbage. She's like, no. And she basically brutally beats down a kid. And, ooh jeez, like, she beats him down. And eventually Jem, he starts losing his temper too. I mean, it's getting intense, like the slurs on the father. And then, after responding to a neighbor, Mrs. Dubois, I think her name was, like she's a morphine addict, your typical morphine addict in life. Like she's jacking up. She's like slapping her arm, getting ready. That sounded gross, by the way. She's jacking herself full of morphine. She don't care about nothing but morphine. And for a little bit, Jem and Scout work for her, they broke a plant. Like, what? They broke a plant. It's ridiculous. But this is where Jem pretty much is sentenced to read for every day after school for about a month. I mean, just filler that build up to the point of Tom Robinson. And they learn basically bravery from the woman because, I mean, she might be a morphine addict, but she's fighting against it. Like, she genuinely is, so you gotta kind of feel bad. And pretty much story progresses. These are time fillers building up to the actual big thing of the trial. So trial starts coming up, and this is when Aunt Alexandria comes, which is obviously Atticus' sister. It's basically supposed to be like a feminine figure in the story for Scout to look up to, stop beating the heck out of guys. So summer starts ending. Scout and Jem are basically running around, playing, and they're putting things in the oak tree in front of the Boo Radley house. And they go back and they find more things, which makes it's very insignificant, but it plays a big part later on. Now, the trial comes along. The trial basically goes like this. Atticus goes up, and he basically sets forth this point. Tom isn't there yet. Like, it's sort of building up to this big climactic moment. Atticus basically says, you can't do this. It's not right, it's wrong, immoral. He didn't rape her. And you're like, oh, well, how could he not have? And this is where he comes out. Tom Robinson comes out. And the image that they sent for you is he's a large man. Not obese, but he's like, and not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he's like, he's just your average Joe. But the thing is, like, his right hand is shriveled like a raisin. Like, I don't even know how, like, an image, like, it's shriveled up. Just imagine an arm shriveled the heck. That's him. That's Tom. Pretty much everyone's like, oh my god, he did it. But not really. But pretty much the trial goes like, Atticus, like, there's no way he did this. You see his arm. There's no way this fucker did it. Trust me. I know. Can't rape someone with one arm. But pretty much, the person who was raped was the daughter of Bobbio, pretty much the town asshole. And he's like, oh, he raped my daughter. He did it. I know he did it. And Atticus is like, calm down. He didn't. You know he didn't. And this is when the daughter comes out of Bobbio. I can't recall her name. But, it was like, it was a typical white trash name. Probably, I don't even know. It's typical white trash. And she like cries, she freaks out. And you can know she's faking it. Like, it's set forward that she's faking it. She's like, oh my God, he raped me. Atticus is like, no, he didn't. You know he didn't. Your father put you up to this. It's a disgrace that you let yourself sleep with a black man. You're like, Atticus got you, bitch. What are you gonna do about this? She just cries. I mean, that's pretty much it. But after the trial, you're not gonna believe it, but there's no happy endings for Tom. He is thrown in jail, and then later on, you figure out during a missionary social meeting from at Alexandria that Tom has been killed in jail. That the moment he had his chance, he ran for that fence. He went for it, and they just shot him down. And you feel a sense of morality for Tom. You're like, oh, geez, he didn't do it. What did he do wrong? He did nothing wrong. The poor guy. He didn't deserve that, even though he might have been black. Actually, he was, like 100%. But pretty much everyone gets over it. Atticus is still kind of pissed about it. Really sort of never lets it out. And then, I mean, that's the main center point of the story, but it's another part, which is pretty decent. It's pretty much that Jem and Scout begin sort of their little things about Boo Radley, about stories and all that. And, I mean, they just sort of let it go after a little bit. They're just like, you know what, maybe he's just not that way after all. And things just go on until Halloween comes. So it's been a decent amount of time, like a couple months. Halloween comes up. It's a pageant at their school. Scout, the hero of the story, plays the ham. Like, ham. The food. Ham. The one and only ham. Jealous. Am I right? And pretty much, Jem agrees to take Scout to school, and pretty much, Scout embarrasses herself a little bit. Man, how? How can you be like dying the ham? Yeah. And not be embarrassed. I mean, seriously, come on. So, pretty much, she just leaves her ham outfit on. She's like, I don't even care anymore. I'm done. Just like, let's go. I'm done too. Now, on the way home, Jem and Scout start hearing these noises. And you're like, oh, it's probably nothing. It's nothing. And Scout, obviously, she's a ham. She can't see nothing. She can't hear properly. She's just a ham. What do hams do? They do nothing. They get eaten. They're the prey, not the predator. So you have the predator coming out. And he pretty much, like, oof, he, like, fiercely, like, slams down Scout. Thank goodness she was in the ham outfit. Like, oof. Everyone praised the ham. Thank you, ham. You saved our Girl Scout. Scout, girl. Not the cookies. But, Jem gets beaten up a little bit. Like, not, like, severely beaten down. She gets his arm broke. I imagine he probably just fell. He's like, oh, God, my arm. Ooh, that hurts. But besides the point, this is where, pretty much, Jem gets up. She's like, oh, my God, what's going on? She sees a stranger carrying Jem back to their house. She's like, what is this? What's happening? This is where the sheriff pretty much gets to the Finch house. And he's like, Bob Ewell is dead. The man who claimed that Tom Robinson, the man with a shriveled raisin arm, raped my daughter, is dead. And you're like, oh, geez. How'd that happen? I found him dead under the tree where the children were attacked. Obviously, where they were attacked. You're like, oh, look at this be. And it turns out now, and what happened is, the silent hero, the Mockingbird. Right? Yeah, the Mockingbird. Boo Radley had slain Bob Ewell. Not in cold blood, not lukewarm blood, but in hot blood. Fierce blood. And justified blood, like, he killed him. Let's be honest, Tom Ewell's an asshole throughout the story. He deserves it. Like, if you didn't pick that up, he deserved to die. It's only proper. The right thing to do. But pretty much, it goes on. It's like, well, the sheriff's like, Like, oh my God, Boo Radley saved your son, your daughter. He killed Bob. He's an American hero. He's Ronald Reagan, the American hero. He's like, oof, parties for Boo Radley. And Finch, Atticus is like, no, you can't do that. That would be unfair to Boo. And you're like, what? This is where like the key thing in the story plays in, and like the deep symbolic stuff comes in. And he says, if you put Boo Radley out as a hero, you will be destroying everything that he is. Because you find out throughout the whole story that what Boo Radley wanted, he didn't want fame. He didn't want to be out there. He just probably wanted to be at home, playing games. He saved him. He didn't do it for the glory. And Atticus says, you would be killing him. Metaphorically, obviously. Not like he killed Bob Yule. But you would be killing him, figuratively. As if you were killing a mockingbird. Putting out there, destroying it. But enough of the symbolism. I think you got the point. And pretty much, Boo sees Jem one more time and asks Scout pretty much to take him home. And then she pretty much just walks him home, like holds his hand. It's nice, peaceful. I imagine a sunset. Just imagine a sunset. Close your eyes. Beautiful scene. A little child holding a grown man's hand. Not in like a weird child molester way, but just walking him home. And pretty much get to the steps. And Boo's safely home. Scout goes back home to see Jem. He's not dead. No severe staph infection. He'll live. And then Atticus is basically sitting there. And he reads to sleep. And waits by Jem's bedside for his son to wake up. In the end, the only thing that can be truly said is it's not the hero who parades himself on being the hero that makes him great, but rather the actions of that hero that makes him that hero. Good night.